Hello everyone. Today we're going to be doing lesson 3 in unit 2, and that is word problems. I know a lot of you struggle with word problems, so hopefully through practicing the way that I'm going to show you with the bar model, and it will take some time to understand and get the hang of it, you will be able to understand them though a lot easier. And the expectation from me is that every time I see you doing a word problem, you will be trying to use the bar model. Even if you do not understand, I'd still like to see the bars so that I see how you're breaking up and see where you're having trouble. So let's begin. The first thing we're going to say is the problem about Jenna. Jenna bought 360 oranges. Okay, so I have little Jenna here, and she bought 360 oranges. Okay, then it says she paid about $490 for those oranges. So she has 360 oranges, and she paid $490 for them. Now, she then packed the oranges in bags of 5. And then after she packed them in bags of 5, she sold them all at $9 a bag. So she packed them into, packs of 5 mangoes in there. Oranges. I keep saying mangoes, oranges. She has 5 oranges in there. And then after she packed them in her bags, she sold them for $9 for one bag. So we need to try to figure out how much money she earned. So first we're going to do is we have a bunch of numbers. We're going to make sense of those numbers. So first we're going to make a bar. Now, this bar represents the oranges that she has. So she has a total of 360 oranges. So whenever you do the bar, the total goes on top, and that represents the whole amount. Now, the next thing it says is she packed them into 5 oranges each, right? So we're going to do 5 oranges. 5, 5. So I'm basically taking 360 and dividing it by 5. So let's do that. 360 divided by 5. 5 goes into that 7 times. 7 times 5 is 35. 5 goes into 10. 2 times. 2 times 5 is 10, which means it's 72. So we have to make 72 of these boxes. I'm not going to make 72 of the boxes. We understand that there's going to be 72 in there. Now, if there's 72 of the boxes, 72 of these, okay, so it's going to be 72 boxes or bags of oranges, okay? Then they want to know if she sold each one of these for $9, so it would be $9, $9, $9, on and on and on. How much money did she make? So basically, all we would be doing was going 9 plus 9 plus 9, 72 times, or just multiplying 9 by 72, and we get $648. So $648 is how much she made or earned selling her oranges. Now, if she earned $648, then is that how much she actually made or profited? No, because remember, it said she had to go buy the oranges. And when she bought the oranges, she paid $490. So as you can see, I'm talking through the problem, and that's what you're going to want to do with all math problems to make it make sense to you. So she paid $490 when she went to the store to buy the oranges. She made $648 when she sold the oranges. So if I subtract them, because I have a whole amount that she made, the total, and this is how much she had to spend, let's see what the leftover is. So you could do it that way, which would look like this. If I had a bar, it would say 648 is what she made total, but she had to spend $490. So the actually amount she earns would be here. So we'd subtract it out. 158. So my bar is a little wrong. Probably move it over a little. 158. So she actually, even though it seems like $648 is a lot, she actually only made $158. So that would be how you'd figure out that problem. Let's try another one. We're going to try a few because I know this is going to be difficult at first, but then soon you'll be fine. All right, the next problem talks about John and Carlos. John and Carlos shared $520 between them. All right, so there's $520. All right, and we have the two guys. Now, we have, I said John and Carlos. All right, and I'm going to go like this because I don't know if Carlos more or less. All right, the next thing says John received 100 more, I'm sorry, not 100. John received 110 more than Carlos. So John has 110 more. If they're equal, John has $110 more than Carlos. Then it says, how much did Carlos receive? So we have this and we have this. We know totally they have $520. These are the same. So if I have a $520 and I want to find out what these are, I need to first get rid of this piece. So I'm going to take the 520, subtract this amount so that we have two equals. Now I have $410. So this plus this is going to give 410. And I know both of these are equal. So therefore, I have two pieces that are the same, and I know what they equal. So I have to divide by 2. 2 into that is 2, and I subtract 0, 1, 0. Bring it down, and I have 205. So 205 and 205, that would be how much Carlos ended up with. Again, takes a little bit of thinking and getting used to, but eventually it's going to come. And let's take another one. And I think these are kind of fun. Once you get the hang of it, trying to figure them out is kind of fun. So the next thing says about Sally. Sally bought some dresses. And we're going to say Sally bought 6 dresses, all right? So she has 6 dresses. And each dress cost the same amount. So I have my bar. We have 6 dresses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I try to make them about the same size so I know they're the same amount. Okay, and there's my 6 dresses. They each cost the same amount, and she gave the cashier $50. So she gets in her pocket, she says, here's $50 for my dresses. Okay, notice I didn't do the other side yet. Now, when she gives him $50, he gives her $8 change. So we're going to put this right here. I'll put in here $8. We know she got $8 change back. So that means that the total amount she gave was $50. But of that $50, $8 came back. So she didn't spend $8. So that goes back in her pocket. If this was her wallet, and if I add all these up, this is going to equal to 50. Because that's how much she totally gave. So therefore, if I want to figure out these spaces, I need to get rid of this. Because this guy is not equal to that. But I know how much it is. So I'm going to take my 50. I'm going to take away this 8. And by doing that, I'm left with 42. So now I'm left with $42, meaning that from here to here is going to give me $42. Now I have 6 spaces here, $42. Therefore, if I want to equally divide that $42, I'd have to take 42 divided by 6. And by doing that, I get 7. So therefore, each of her dresses was $7. And that is the answer to that one. Each dress cost $7. All right, the next one says, hopefully to start and make it a little easier for you guys. The next one says that we have Paul, and Paul collected a total of 2,560 stamps. Okay, now of his stamps, he collected 5 times as many of one than the other. So I have, here's the first type of stamp. Let's say this stamp is a USA stamp. I'll just make it look like that. So there's his stamps. That box represents his stamps. Not one stamp, but his stamps. All right, so he collected 5 times as many one as the other. So therefore, I collected 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and we'll make these like swiggle stamps. I don't know. Okay, so there's my 2 stamps. And all together, when I add all these stamps up, it's going to give me 2,560. Okay, now, based on that, we need to figure out how many swiggly line stamps did he collect. So, I know that when I put these together, it's going to be 25, 60, right? So, this is the same as this, correct? Because it's 5 times as many of this. So, if I took this, I put it here. Now, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 equal boxes. If I have 2,560 and I have 6 equal boxes, and I'm going to divide to see how much is in each one. So that is 4. Go into that. Yes, it can go into that 2 times. And we're a little off, so I'm going to actually change the number just to make it easier for us. You can't do that in real life, but I'm just going to do it to make it easier. Okay, so now we have 42, and then that is 7. So 427 is what each of these boxes have in them. So if there's 427 in these boxes, now we're going to go back to the original thing. It wants to know how many, so I'm going to erase this, now I know. How many more, or how many stamps did he collect for the swigglies? So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 427 times 5. 5 carried a 3. 3 carried a 1. 2,135 of them are for this group, and that leaves 427 for this. So this right here is equal to 2,135. Okay, do another one. The next one says that we have Miss Anatole, and I bought some shirts. I actually bought 4 shirts, and they were kind of close to each other, and I also bought a belt. Now, I'm going to put 4 shirts and a belt. Now, the shirts I paid for, and when I paid for them, I paid $100. All right, so I paid $100. Notice how I write down all the things they give me. And then when I paid the $100, I got $6 back in change. It's kind of sounding like one of the other ones we did. So if I got $6 back in change, and then the belt cost $58. So now the belt was $58. So now I have some stuff I can work with. So I have my bar. I know when I paid, I gave $100, right? Now when I gave the $100, I got $6 change back. I also bought a belt for $58. And I bought 4 shirts that all were the same price. So let's do that, 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 and I'll just write t-shirt for each one. Okay, so now I need to figure out how much each shirt cost. Well, let's see. If I know the whole thing is 100 and I have these two I know, I can add these two together, 58 plus 6, and add it to give us 64. So I know from here to here is 64. I don't know these, but I know 64. So if the total is 100, and I want to get rid of this to find out the t's, I'm going to subtract 64. So I cross this out, 10, 10, 6, 36. And if I'm going fast, it's because I know my facts. So if you can't go this fast, get those facts together. Okay, so now I have 36 left over. Now if 36 is left over, even though my boxes are quite big, then that means all of these equal $36. Now, that means I'd have to have 4 equal amounts. So 36 divided by 4 is going to give me 9. So therefore, each one of these shirts is $9. And you can always go back and check, because I know 9 plus 9 plus 9 plus 9 is 36. 36 plus 6 plus 58 is going to give me 100. So that's how you do it. All right. We are going to stop there, and hopefully this has helped you to understand how to do this method. Please try them at home, practice the bars, try to draw them, and of course, reach out if you need help. See you next time. Bye.